We are making stickers, which is a print then cut project. So first we need to calibrate. We need just a piece of plain copy paper and our cutting mat. And now we're going to put in the test pen. We'll start by removing the blade. Just unscrew the little piece in front, pull that blade out with the whole blade housing. And then we're going to put the pen in there. It just drops right in, and then we'll tighten it up. The next thing we're going to want to do is load the paper. And I'm just going to get it down to the lower right corner here. I'm going to do a test. And it's going to draw a square and a circle. And then I can look and see, are there any little drag marks? And I do see a drag mark, which means my pen is too low. So I'm going to loosen this up and raise it just a bit and do another test. And this allows me to get the height right, because I don't want to see that drag when it's moving along. And here's a little close-up to show you what I mean, where you can see that drag. And you can see once I played with it some more, I got it to draw perfectly. So now we're ready to finish the calibration. From the main screen, I'm going to click on the Set button, which is in the upper left corner here. And then I'm going to choose Camera. And then I'm going to press Adjust to switch to calibration mode. Then I'm going to press and hold the OK button, which is right in the center of those little arrows, right in the middle. I'm going to hold it for several seconds. And then all the arrows turn red. So now I'm going to press Start. And it's actually drawing a grid line on here. And that is going to help with the calibration feature. And you can see kind of a preview of that grid come up on the camera screen, which is kind of cool. So now I just press right in the center. And actually I didn't hit right smack dab in the center, so I'm going to try it again. I have fat fingers, so sometimes it doesn't. There we go. So I'm hitting right smack dab in the center. So now that I've touched right in that center and I know everything's aligned, I'm going to hit the OK button. And it's going to scan, and there's going to be a new little preview image. And now this has found the true center on its own. And then all those little arrows are going to turn back to white. So that's how we know the process went through and it read everything correctly. So then the last thing we'll want to do is press the home button, which is the little house over there, to go back to the main screen. Now it's time to start designing our stickers in the Create software. As you can see, I'm in the StarCraft Create software, and I am setting this page up to make some stickers. You can see I have a few started. Now, if you download a sticker bundle of images, most likely they're going to come with a transparent background, which is going to make everything really easy for you, and you can just import the image. But what if you find an image online, like I've been doing, and they have a white background or sometimes even a colored background? I want to show you how to turn those into a sticker. So I am going to start by going to File and Trace Image. I'm going to choose my image. I'm going to start with this adorable, the cat with hot chocolate. That's so cute. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're going to play around with some of these settings. I am making sure that I have the add an image layer for print and cut and a blackout layer. The blackout layer is going to do that outline of the whole image instead of trying to cut each individual piece. So you can go preview here and see that red line. That's where it's going to cut. So if it was picking up any of these inner images, I would play with my adjustments of the threshold or the nodes or some of those different things.
I'm still not even really sure what a good, perfect number is because I'm still learning this software too. But I just know that red line is where it's going to cut, and that looks great to me. So I'm going to go, okay. Now I do have it set to prompt me for continued tracing. Would you like to continue to add more layers? No, I don't want to add more layers. Okay, so that's adorable, but it's got that white outline, and I don't want to cut that. Because right now it would cut all of this plus, I believe, that outline. So what I want to do is go to Object and Clip Path. I'm going to set my clip path. So now it's clipped down and takes out that white. Okay, adorable sticker, but it doesn't need to be this big. So I'm going to make it smaller. To resize, I'm going to use this button, but I want to hold my shift key on my keyboard while I resize because that's going to keep everything proportional. Now, once I get the rest of the images in here, I am probably going to resize these some more to figure out exactly how tall I want each sticker to be. But I just wanted to show you the process for one sticker. Now I'm going to go and do the rest of my stickers and get this whole page set up, and then I'll come back and show you the process for making sure everything's inside the borders for your registration marks, and also the whole printing and cutting process on the actual machine.
Now that I have all my images that I want to use in the space and on the canvas, I want to show you a few things. Let's go over here. You can see there's a layers panel for each image. If I click on that little arrow, each image has a cut piece and a print piece. So it's really a two-part thing because it's going to print from your printer and then cut on the Solo machine. So that's why each image needs both of those pieces to work. And I could click on them one at a time. And if I wanted to even see a preview of how the whole cut page was going to look, I would be able to go over to my preview images. You can see when I do that, you just see the red cut outlines. And I can turn red cut lines on and off for this little preview, or turn the printed part back on just to see how things are set up. So that's kind of a nice feature that you can turn all those separate pieces on and off in your preview like that. Now I want to make sure that everything fits within the printing area. And I'm going to go up to the top and select all, and that grabs literally everything. So I'm going to hold my shift key and use that little resize button and bring them in and make them smaller so that they fit within the center of the page. And that was just a quick and easy way to do that all at once instead of resizing each separate cat. The next thing I want to look at in the preview is to make sure everything is within the margins. So those little corner marks are the registration marks, and then that little dotted line is my printer's print area. So obviously whatever we're printing needs to be within the print lines. Otherwise it's going to print off the page. So everything looks great, and now we're going to select Create to actually print out these stickers. That brings up the next window, and I see the preview of what's going to cut. So then I'm going to click Print and Cut, and it takes me to this screen. So I want to hit Print. Now my printer settings are going to come up. I'm just going to check, make sure it's pointing to the right printer. I'm going to go under Properties, make sure it's going to the highest quality because I want these to be good, crisp, clear images when I print. And then I'm going to hit OK and OK, and now it's printing. To print this out, I printed it on a sticker paper. I'm just using my everyday ordinary Epson inkjet printer that I have for my home office. Nothing fancy. I think I bought this printer 7 years ago. So just make sure you purchase a good quality inkjet printer and you'll be fine. I want to make sure that my sticker paper is nice and straight, so I'm actually using the grid on the mat to line up the edges of the paper. And then when I load the mat, see this line right here? I'm lining up one of the grid lines with that line and then locking things into place and loading the mat in. Oh, make sure you put your blade back in, and that's nice and secure too. So now we're going to load the paper in, and I'm going to do a test cut first off because I want to make sure I have my blade set to the right depth for this sticker paper. So I'm just going to hit the test cut down in an area where it's not going to cut into the sticker at all. Then I'm just going to unload it a little bit, and I can feel the cut, but I'm not sure if it's it went all the way through. So I'm going to grab my little pen weeding tool and just poke it into the top layer of the sticker vinyl, and you can see it peels right off. So now I know my test cut was perfect and ready to cut these stickers. Now I'm just going to move my blade housing so that it's over that registration mark in the lower right corner. And I want to get it in that lower right corner because when I do the next step, it's going to scan those registration marks, and it always starts in the lower right. So you have to be in that location, otherwise the machine's not going to know where to cut. The next thing you're going to want to do is click on the next button in the Create software, which is back on my computer screen. So that starts the whole process of having it scan everything so it knows exactly where to cut. And now you can see it's cutting my stickers out. One thing I didn't think about when I was setting up this project is I wanted these to be individual stickers. So I did use a pair of scissors and just freehand cut around each individual sticker. But I'm thinking my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do that using the Solo machine. I love to hear from you. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop me a comment below. Thanks!